Hey everyone. Hi everyone. Well, I thought I'd do a video about when I did a Daniel fast recently, actually last month. I only did the fast for 10 days and I could eat food, anything apart from meat and meat products. So it was like a real discipline for me, taking away a creature comfort that I usually have, eating chicken burgers or something like that. But yeah, it was good because I really focused in on the Lord during that fasting time. I was praying more. I was reading the word more. And not to say I don't do it now, because I do. But the point is, I was really focusing in on like the spiritual side of things rather than the flesh. And yeah, it was great, to be honest. I ended up keeping a little journal during the Daniel fast that I had. And I have some dreams here that I want to share with you from the fast, because I counted the days. But I'll let you know this one from day 4. I was glorifying God and singing in tongues in a dream. Cool air was being poured out and reviving my breath. Now in this dream I couldn't seem to breathe properly. I was singing a song in tongues in the dream, and what happened was, it's like I couldn't breathe in deeply for some reason. And then a cool air came through the window and it literally just made me breathe in deeper than I could before. So I thought that was strange, and I kept praying to God for the meaning, and I thought maybe it means God's going to breathe life back into me somehow, or God's going to give the breath of life, and I kept praying for that. And then next thing you know, about a week later, I ended up in hospital with a chest infection that flared up my asthma, so I couldn't breathe. And then the same sensation that was in the dream of breathing in deeply again after having the nebulizer was in real life and in the dream, if that makes any sense. The same sensation of being able to breathe again. So I thought that was really strange, but maybe God showed me it in advance, and that was just through the Daniel fast that I did. Okay, I've got another dream here, something that's come to pass during that time. Day 5 of the Daniel fast, there was a lady who ended up coming to our church, a local church of mine I go to, on Sunday, and I wasn't there because obviously I was in hospital recently. And in the dream, she was kind of like, I wouldn't really say persecuted, but kind of questioned. And I stood up for her in the dream because there was something to do with her being sickly, it says here. And they were saying as if it was her fault or her doing, like her works. The reason why she's sickly is because she's done this to herself. And it turns out on the Sunday, my mum came to visit me in her hospital, and she said there was a girl who come to church, and she was saying it out of the blue, and she seemed like she kept passing out, and she was sickly. She kept throwing up, and every time she'd eat something, she'd go in the bathroom and probably throw up. So they assumed that she must be bulimic, which is very sad. But the point is, I told my mum, I said, that's weird because I had a dream about that, about on the 30th last month, and the Sunday this month is strange that the Sunday that's just been, that's kind of come to pass, because there was a woman who was sickly in the dream, and it was the sisters of the church specifically that had something to do with that, the girls. And my mum ended up going to a fellowship that same day with the girls from the church, and it said like the name of the church and the girls on the cake. And I thought it was strange because in the dream my mum said the name of the church and the girls. She said it out, and she's the one who bought the cake as well that said girls on it and the church's name. So that was strange, but I think this girl, I will not name her because I don't know her name, and also it's too personal, I believe. Whoever she is, I've not met her because I wasn't at church, but I like to ask anybody to pray for her. If she is bulimic or not, I don't know. We don't know, but I just pray that she will be well, whatever her sickness is or condition. It doesn't mean that it's her fault, because as you know, a lot of things is, whether it be mental health or I don't know, just sicknesses in general. People don't ask for sicknesses, if that makes any sense. And yeah, maybe God's put that on my heart to say, pray for this girl, even though I've never met her before. And she might come to our church again, hopefully, because she's only here for a few weeks, I heard. And yeah, she's apparently a pastor's daughter. She is. So she's a church kid, which is kind of like, you think, why would a church kid be going through certain things like, being sick and things like that? but it happens to everybody. That's the point, and we still don't know what she is sick with. If she passes out a lot because it's bulimia and she's making herself sick, unless she's got an actual illness that is doing that to her and she's not making herself sick, we don't know. But the point is, whether someone is bulimic or not, we shouldn't judge them. We should try to be loving and kind to them and show them that they're loved by God, and their image, whoever they are, their self-image should not be affected, by what the world says or standards of beauty. Because I believe a lot of women who are, this is going off on a tangent a bit, this Daniel fasting, but this is what the main thing was. Women who are going through issues with their self-image and trying to fit in with the world, they just need to know that they don't have to, and that God loves them as they are, and He made them perfectly well, because they're fearfully and wonderfully made. They shouldn't have to worry about what other people say and trying to be too skinny or to worry about their weight and things like that. It's not right. And if people want to lose weight for health reasons, that's fine, but there's a way to do things in a healthy and controlled manner that's not in an uncontrolled manner, if that makes any sense, and kind of dangerous to your health. But anyways, that's what I got from the Daniel fast, because I wasn't fasting for any other reason but to help others and for spiritual understanding. And God gave me that through these dreams. Like, He showed me when I'd be sick before with my asthma in a dream, by me not being able to breathe in the dream. And then He also showed me that obviously I'd be able to breathe again, like His Spirit was poured out. And also the one in the Daniel fast with the lady who come to the church who was sickly, and the sisters of the church were almost thinking it's her fault, because obviously if they thought she had bulimia or something like that, they thought it must be her doing it, but we don't know if she's got that or not. But the point is, yeah, that's 2 of them. There's other dreams in here, but they've not come to passes yet from day 7. Day 6 was old things restored, which is just something a thought in my mind. And I won't read the rest of this because I'll probably save it for another time, because there's some things in here that is probably too personal for other people and I don't want to share it. Because Jesus said not to cast your pearls before swine. I'm not saying that everyone's swine on here, because you're not, but some things is literally left better unsaid, because it might be too personal to other people's lives or to your own life, and it might be something that God's trying to lead you in, to walk in, to grow, if it makes any sense. But anyways, I did have something else recently that I could talk about. When I was in the hospital recently with my chest infection and my asthma flare up, there was a lady there. I won't name her name in case she sees this. I don't know if she'll ever see it, but her and her husband were there, and she was on my ward basically with COPD. And I had a gut feeling for some reason before I even spoke to the woman. You just get a feeling sometimes that something's not right or something spiritually is going on. I got a feeling that there was witchcraft attached to this woman. And don't ask me why I thought that. I just thought in the back of my mind, this woman's got witchcraft with her or something to do with the enemies there. And it was just a thought. I thought, I'll just ignore it. It's just a thought. Next thing you know, when I was speaking to the lady, she was telling me that her brother does the ouija board and her brother's into witchcraft and he's into some dark things. And I was like, wow. I just thought of that, and it was attached to her. So obviously I've prayed for her and that, and I continue to pray for her that she'll get out of hospital and the COPD thing. But the point is, these things are real. Even though that was a Daniel fast thing I did, since then I've just been getting non-stop dreams and visions and just premonitions of stuff, you could say, if that's even the right word for it. But it's not a bad thing, it isn't, because God can use it for good, like any gift. I'll give one more example quickly. Let's see what I've got written in here. Okay, so today, when I woke up this morning, I was praying like normal prayers and in tongues, and I ended up seeing a vision when I was asleep. Actually, this morning, this was before I prayed, obviously. This must have been after. No, it was before. So basically, long story short, I prayed after I woke up. That's what happened. I was praying in tongues after I woke up and praying in general. But in the middle of the night before I woke up in the day, if it makes any sense, because I dreamt in the night and in the day, if it makes any sense. If you know about them ones, then let me know. And when I woke up, I said, "The Lord rebuke you." I was talking to something that wasn't physically there, but I could know it was there. It was the enemy, I think. And it was like an invisible force, but it was somewhere there. And then I began to say, "This is a child of the Lord who has right to the tree of life." And I was like, I kind of snapped out of it, and I was like, "Why am I saying this?" And it's literally as soon as I woke up, I said it in the middle of the night. I did, and I was like, "Who am I talking to, or why am I in a trance-like state saying that?" So I don't know if it was the Spirit of God interceding for me where the enemy's concerned, trying to attack me, but okay. When I woke up, the next day, I woke up to another dream, obviously, which was to do with writing. I could see writing written on a page somewhere, and it said something about foolish priest. It said, "It shall abide in the foolish priest's life no longer." And it was in regards to breathing, something, I think it was breathing problems or something. Like, it was almost like a decree. It looked like the sort of writing you get from a king or somebody who is like, an authority, like them old scrolls, you could say it was written on something and it just had that fancy writing, like, "You shall abide in the foolish priest's life no longer." So I ended up praying, searching up foolish priest on Google, and I come across a little parable which was about a priest who had some sort of like gift or powers, you could say, and they could call down gemstones from heaven. It's obviously it's a little parable, it's a little story, and long story short, his gift was used in front of thieves, and the thieves took him captive, and they wanted him to call down gemstones from heaven. So he called them down gemstones from heaven so they could get loads of jewelry and loads of riches. And then, they kept him there, and the other thieves came by and they fought with each other, and they killed the priest, and they killed, each other. And the priests, I don't know if this is a word for it, but like, someone who's like a disciple, they come along and they was like, "Oh, I know what's happened here," and the priest was gone, and other people, and all the money that was left there and all the jewelry or whatever was used to help a village or something. That's what the story goes like. But what I got from that story of the foolish priest is a bit like when Jesus said, "Don't cast your pearls before swine." So if we've got spiritual gifts or things that is of God, don't willy-nilly give it away to everybody and tell everyone, because sometimes when you tell the wrong people in person, they'll try to use it and rend it against you. As Jesus said, "Unless they trample you underfoot or turn and rend you." So they might want money from you or something. They might want, I don't know, a prophecy or some sort of vision or dream to come to pass where you can get the lottery numbers. And I kept thinking that because when I was in the hospital, I was telling some people about my dreams, and they thought, "That's strange, this coming to pass." But a lot of people made a joke, said, "Oh, give me the lottery numbers." I was like, it doesn't work like that. Like, I can't tell the future. Do you know what I mean? I actually can't. It's only up to God if he wishes to share things with us, and then we share it with other people with discernment and with wisdom who to share it with. I don't mind sharing things on here because online is for a body of believers. But if someone's an unbeliever, then sorry about that. My mum had to come in here and, use the bathroom that was in the other room. But anyways, I was saying that, Jesus has that parable with not casting your pearls before swine, and, it links into the foolish priest one. So I think God was probably warning me through this dream that had the written words, "It shall abide in the foolish priest's life no longer." He was probably warning me, don't be like the foolish priest where you give your gifts away and then thieves come along and try to steal it from you, and use it for gain, like for money and things like that. But obviously they can't use you because only God can show things of the future to you if he wants to at whatever given time. But yeah, that's what it was like, this dream that I had. As I said, when I was in the hospital, I was telling people about my dreams. And it's because I had a book that a friend gave me from a local church, and it's about dreams and visions, and it's a really good book actually. And yeah, people would question me about it, and they'd be like, "Wow, it's true. Like, a lot of these things are coming to pass, or it's real." But then they just want the lottery numbers. That's all everyone wants. It's just for money. but you know, I wouldn't want money from like God and say to God, look, I just want to help people in Christ and, you know, be an encouragement in the faith for people to look to Christ and for God to be glorified. It's not about the money. It's not about any fame or fortune or whatever you could gain from, you know, having some sort of spiritual gift or power from God, you know. But yeah, that's what it's like. And I pray that you all have a great day or evening or morning, whatever time it is you see this video. And I really hope that with what I've shared with you, that you'll go with the victory, knowing that this testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. And if there is any prophecies or dreams and visions that come to pass, it must all link together as Christian things that can glorify God or edify the church in some way, like that dream I had of the girl who come to the church. Yeah, if you have people like that in your dreams or weird things that come to pass, then just pray about it and God can help the person. So there's not really much more to say. I should get to bed now because it's super late. I keep rambling on. But yeah, have a great, blessed day. God bless you all.